will Facebook take this down because of this song?
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Let's
Here comes the
out.
money. Money, money, money,
I feel a little bit cheesy doing this and playing this music and putting a title, like putting an actual dollar amount in there, but I think there are some lessons that I want to share about how I took this free workshop that I hosted on March 26, 2020, and just recently sold a program that I built based on that workshop to an organization for over 6 figures. No, five figures. I'm getting all my math mixed up, but you get what I'm talking about. So when I first heard about this one really cool feature called the Breakout Rooms in Zoom, I just got so excited about the possibility of creating these amazing, connected, magical human moments online that I needed to tell everyone. So in March last year, I said, I'm going to host a workshop. I'm going to offer it for free. This is something that everyone needs to know about. And I had, I think, over 112 people sign up. I only had the limit of 100 people on my Zoom account. So that basically was a wait list. I ran it again the next week and I had another 80 people sign up. And I just wanted to tell people, look, Breakout Rooms will make a huge difference in the experience that you're creating, because nobody really likes being part of a webinar where a person is just talking at you with their slides for 2 hours and not really acknowledging any comments you share in the chat, not really caring if you have your video on, not really caring if you are even there sitting in front of your computer still. So with Breakout Rooms, it was just so powerful to teach people something really simple that they could take action on right away. Like, this was something that everybody started implementing the week after. And the amazing thing is that I did host it for free because I just wanted to share the knowledge. But a friend of mine said, why don't you just share your PayPal link at the end and see what happens? Maybe somebody is getting value from this and they're gonna make a little donation. And to my surprise, this is what happened. First person even posts on social media, hey, I just sent you money. This was the best money I spent all month. And then the most surprising thing happened. One person sent me $100 after I said, if whatever value you received from this workshop, type that number into PayPal and send me a little gift. And I just could not believe that somebody would see $100 value in a free workshop. I ended up doing about $350 with that workshop by just asking people to donate, which blew my mind. And then, of course, people also got some amazing results. And that was why this workshop was so successful. I taught them a very specific thing that they could take action on right away. And I just kept creating more value for the same community. I told them, look, what if I created a Zoom cheat sheet with all of the different settings so you can do breakout rooms much easier. I kept hosting different workshops on similar topics, and over the next few months, more and more people showed up. I always would ask, hey, is this topic interesting to you? They would say, yes, please do it. I would host it. And after I think I ran about 6 or 7 one-off workshops, I'm like, this could become a program. This could become a longer training. And that was the birth of my now virtual facilitator training, which is a 5-week live cohort. And I have by now taken over 100 individuals through it, and 4 organizations that have hired me to do a custom virtual facilitator training for their leaders, for their managers, for their community hosts. And I thought maybe I can share what are the 5 lessons, the 5 strategies I've learned from going from that free workshop to this now paid training that I'm even, like I said, offering to organizations, and they pay a lot more money than the $100 that I received from that first one. So here's the 5 lessons. Number 1, you really want to listen to your audience and get to know their challenges and pain points. And I can't stress this enough. The thing that I discovered in the beginning was Breakout Room is a really amazing tool to do lots of things. But if I didn't figure out that in the beginning of the pandemic, the main pain point was, hey, I've been hosting these things in person and I can't figure out how to do them virtually. That was the pain point I was actually talking to. And Breakout Rooms was the solution. So in my marketing, I needed to talk a lot more about how challenging it is to create these, what I call now magical human moments online, and showing that there is a way to make them happen. The second lesson was building relationships and showing that you care about your audience. Because if you just say, hey, here's the new workshop, sign up now, they might not actually resonate with it. They might just think, oh, that's just another marketing language. Is he actually going to teach us what he's promising us? So I created lots of posts on social media. I sent emails to my email list and said, hey, would this be something that you're interested in? Does this resonate? Now that I am creating this workshop, what do you want me to cover? What would be helpful to you to make this really, really valuable and make you show up? And then I did a bunch of experiments and tried new things, and some of them worked and some of them didn't. That's kind of the whole idea of running experiments. The first workshop was on Breakout Rooms. Then I did one on, I think, creating an event flow that didn't get that many people signed up. I did another one on magical human moments, which had a few more people show up again, but it was never as good as the Breakout Rooms in the beginning. So just trying out different topics and see what works. Like some of those workshops, I only had like 10 people show up, but it was the lessons I learned from, okay, what works, what language works, what resonates, what problems do people actually, are they aware that they have, and what are the things that maybe they don't know yet, and I need to first teach them a little bit or get them in with something else. The fourth tip is, well, we're doing experiments, so if something doesn't work, we need to change something. If something works, we need to figure out why and start innovating. One thing I do after every single workshop that I run, after every single session, after every single talk, is I have this self-assessment. I'm basically giving myself feedback based on how engaged were the participants, and are there any specific things on why they would have maybe not been as engaged. I write down what are the things that went really well and then I want to keep or maybe improve on, and what are the things that I want to change the next time I run this workshop. So those are the things that really helped me get better every single time. So the first Breakout Room workshop, I think I ran 4 or 5 times, and every time I did it, it got better. I'm in the middle of the 5th cohort of my virtual facilitator training, and even now, after every session, I'm like, ooh, there's small tweaks I can do to make sure people get more from it. Like yesterday, I was hosting a session on psychological safety, and I asked a question, and I invited everyone to share in the chat, and I think they just misunderstood the question because the way it was phrased. So I'm just gonna change the way I ask the question in the next round to make sure that I get better answers. And it's, yeah, this constant innovation that really helps you grow and make an impact. And lastly, and most importantly, make sure your audience is part of the process. I love revealing kind of the curtain, because I now train a lot of facilitators, and when something goes wrong, I say like, hey, this just went wrong and let's all learn from it together. I also often ask people to submit feedback at the end and actually share what was the most useful thing that we covered today and what are the things that you want to start implementing. When I run my next workshop, I usually ask for feedback. Hey, is this something you're interested in? Like, I am planning to host a workshop I ran a couple months ago again, and this is what I actually want to ask you as you're watching this. I see there's a few people tuning in. I've realized over the last couple years of just talking to lots of people who facilitate human connections, who facilitate these amazing experiences for people and workshops and building learning communities, that some of the biggest challenges are actually around exactly what I shared today, the marketing of your workshops, the marketing of your experiences, making sure you get the right language of your audience so it resonates and they're like standing in line to sign up rather than just pushing something out and then, hold on, I need to cue my sound effect, just pushing something out and getting crickets and tumbleweeds. So if you're interested in this topic and learning more, I am putting together a workshop that I call Get Paid to Design Your Next Workshop. And in it, we're actually going to cover exactly those biggest pain points. We're going to figure out how you can get your audience involved in creating the topic, how you can get them involved in deciding on what should be covered, and therefore they already feel part of the whole creation. They're much more likely to sign up because you're creating it specifically to their pain points. And I'll take you through the exact process that I've been using to launch all of my workshops, my programs. If you're interested in joining, it's going to happen on October, hold on, I need to confirm the date as I just put this together. Yes, it's happening on October 1st on a Friday. There also is a bonus implementation call happening the Monday after for anyone who's like, okay, this concept makes sense, but I need some time to actually execute. This is a what I call get it done workshop. So I'm going to be taking you through the theory, but there will be breaks in between where I ask you to journal, where I ask you to write things down, where I ask you to get feedback and give feedback to each other. So by the end, you actually walk away with something tangible, which is getting clear on who your audience is, what are the pain points that most matter to them that you could host and experience a workshop, an event on. And ideally, you will be launching or announcing this event workshop by the end of my workshop and starting to see the impact it can create within the next 24 hours. And then you show up to the implementation call and we get to celebrate, and maybe you already have your first people signed up. So if you're interested in learning more about that, drop a comment below. I'll send you the link and all the details. And if you've been inspired to take action on anything that I shared in this video, let me know as well. Hope to see you very soon. Bye.